Hey folks, so welcome back to another one of my videos, and for those of you who haven't seen any of them before, over the past several years I've been coaching and supporting people for the police recruitment process. A good 3,500 people are now in the police as a result of my support. They did the hard work, I just showed them the way. So what's this video about today, folks? Well, forget STAR, here's SAARL. So some of you may have heard of this model before. This is a model for structuring your interview answers at a final interview especially, but also for the search assessment centre or the day one assessment centre. You've got about 5 minutes to talk about the answer to the question that they may ask, so you need to fill it with a very structured approach that's going to nail just about every element of the competency and values framework, which a lot of forces are now assessing you against, as opposed to the old national competency framework. Now, if you buy any books off the shelves at Waterstones or order something from Amazon about how to ace an interview, they'll always talk about the STAR model, which stands for situation, task, action, result. But when I ask people what the difference is between task and action, invariably they get a bit muddled and they say things like, well, task is what I intended to do, and action is what I did. Hang on a minute, one's just in the past and one's in the future. And they get all muddled. And it's missing stuff as well. So that's why I came up with SAARL. I should copyright this actually, because there's quite a few of my clients who've been to an interview, they've passed the interview, and they've had the inspector who's interviewed them ask questions like, so that was a really interesting model you used in terms of answering the questions. What was it? Where did it come from? And they've told them and they've gone, oh, it's interesting. One of them's even said, I think I'll use that myself. So this works, folks, this works. It will nail everything that they want from you to stop them asking those supplementary questions where sometimes for the interviewer it feels like you're having to pull teeth, an old phrase there, it's like pulling teeth trying to get the information from them. Because what tends to happen is when you ask a question, can you tell me about a time when you did, what people will say is they'll talk about what they did. It's almost like they're telling one of the mates in the pub. So what it is right, what it was right, and they'll tell them, this is what I did, this is what happened, this is what I did. And they don't want that, they want far more than that, they want far more than that. So this is why I came up with SAARL. SAARL will talk about the situation, the impact, the aim, what you hope to achieve, and your options and your rationale behind your decision to take the action that you took. Your actions, what you did, but more than that, how you did it and how you felt. The result, look, the garden's not always rosy, folks. Garden's not always rosy. Sometimes things don't go to plan. And because it didn't go to plan, because things didn't work out to plan, well, talk about the things that did and the things that didn't. But now, because of that, we can go on to the important part, which is the learning. Which should start off something like, upon reflection and having discussed this with someone I know and trust, often that's me, by the way, in my one-to-one coaching, you can say that what I do differently next time is avoid the statement of fact, things like, I realised it was good to talk, or I realised it's great to ask open questions. Those are just statements of fact. That's not learning, folks. Learning is when you look at what didn't go to plan and you start thinking to yourself, what could I do to make sure that doesn't happen like that again, and I can improve on my performance or on my behaviour. So there you go, folks, a little potted canter through SAARL. Situation, aim, action, result, learning. The future's not STAR, the future's SAARL. The only problem with SAARL is it doesn't spell a word. It's not a proper word, is it? So it may never catch on, but certainly if you use this, it will. For those of you, my clients, there's a more detailed version of this on the Facebook client-only group, where I go into a lot more detail. And just in case you can't see the words, because I realise you might not be able to zoom in because it's YouTube or Facebook video, I'll be taking a picture of this and I'll be putting it on the Facebook group as well. So you just need to go to the photos section and it will tell you, you'll be able to see this one. If you're watching this on YouTube, by the power of YouTube, if you press, I think the subscribe button's up there, or is it up there? Anyway, wherever it is. If you press that button, you'll be given information about any future videos I do around police recruitment, which if you're hoping to join the police is great, it's where you want to be. And if you're watching this on Facebook, like or love it, or something, or add a comment, and Facebook algorithms do some funky stuff which makes sure that you get further information from me every time I post something on the Bluelight Facebook page. Or like the page, that's another thing you could do, hey? Just like the page as well as liking this video. And if you really want to join a group of fab people who are supporting people and each other in a very ethical way to join the police, there's a link below to what was previously a secret Facebook group, which meant that I couldn't put a link below because there's no link to it. You had to be invited into it to even find it. Well, now I've changed its status to a closed group because I just can't manage the flood of people who want to join it. There's now over 5,000 members of that group. Wow, that's incredible. Over 5,000 people who want to join the police, who are in the police. So a lot of my clients have been successful, have stuck around. There's also a few HR officers in there. One of them is particularly vocal and supportive. The rest of them are lurking secretly. Well, not secretly. I know who you are. I've worked with one of you. And you try and keep it quiet. I've worked with one of you. I know who you are. You're an HR officer for a certain force. Anyway, so click on the link and just ask to join. All you need to do is answer a question about why you're interested in police recruitment, and I'm sure that myself or one of the moderators will allow you to join the group. So I hope you enjoyed this video, folks. If you've got any ideas about future videos, please do let me know. And any questions, put them in the below bits there on YouTube or Facebook, and I'll get a little message to say that you've asked a question. I'll get back to you. So hope you found this useful. I'll see you soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye for now.